good evening. My name is Kalani Schmidt, Land and Property Manager for Maui Land and Pineapple. I'm very excited to be here tonight and thank you for sharing your evening with us. This has been a long process. About a year and a half ago, Maui Land and Pineapple submitted a master plan for discussion in the GPAC. It became evident very quickly that the community was not pleased with that plan. We listened to the community, we heard the concerns, and in April of 2007, County Council dedicated $1 million to purchase the Lipoa lands, and we also completely retracted our plans that we had put forward. Since that time, we have been working with the leadership of the Save Honolua Coalition, the county government, as well as the Honolua Advisory Council, and really listening and finding out how can we find a compromise between both groups to make something that everybody's really happy about. Excuse me. Through this process, we've identified several common goals. First and foremost, protect Lipoa and the connecting shoreline areas in perpetuity is very important to the community, as well as Maui Land and Pineapple. Conserve sensitive cultural, historical, environmental areas. Third, maximize open space. Fourth, manage public access for sustainable ocean recreation users. Honolua Bay is very heavily used by everybody in the community. We want to make sure that that area is taken care of, it's healthy, and it's safe for all of the users. Point number 5 is that we need to ensure that there is adequate financial resources for permanent management of this area. And last, we want to create a win-win solution between community, government, and in Maui Land and Pineapple. When we first started this process, we were looking just at the Honolua Lipoa area. We did a master plan for about 500 acres, which included the areas here. I want to get you kind of oriented with the map that you're looking at. Over in this area, you have the valley floor of Honolua Bay. You have the surfers access, which is very heavily used. Not as used as much as the Lipoa Point Hobbit Land area. And finally, very special place to the community as well is the Punalauer Windmills area. After withdrawing our plans last April, we went back to the drawing board and really sat down and said, how can we find a compromise between MLP's objectives as well as what the community is saying? So after listening, we came back with what today we think is a proposal that will help satisfy a compromise between the community and Maui Land and Pineapple without being a financial drain on any one particular party. Our conservation efforts go much further beyond Honolua Lipoa area. We took a step back and said, let's really look at this area and what can we do. We looked back at the Honolua and Honokohau, Ahupua'a areas, and our proposal today includes over 3,400 acres of conservation, or area that is protected from urban development. First 3 areas, and I'll go into these in more detail. First area is the Lipoa Honolua area. We're proposing to convey that to a land trust. Second is the addition of a perpetual conservation easement, an additional 3,000 acres. And third is the Mauka fields directly Mauka of Honolua Bay. We pledge to include them in our important ag land designation application. What Maui Land and Pineapple is doing, and here's where we're at and where we're calling this a compromise for conservation. The reality is Maui Land and Pineapple needs to create value for the company. Community really wants to save and protect the Honolua Lipoa area. And we figured out how can we do both of those without having a huge cash transaction or any drain on any one party. So what we've come up with today is, in lieu of a cash purchase, is doing a transfer of development rights by creating zoning enhancements for Kapalua Mauka, which is a project that we already have zoned, as well as park credits.